Hi everyone, my name is Eder and welcome to another Project Wesker video. In today's video, I'm actually going to be reacting to trailer number 2 of Resident Evil's Welcome to Raccoon City. Now before we get started, I'd just like to mention a couple of things. So the first thing I wanted to mention is that I actually was a little hesitant to make this video since trailer number 1 and trailer number 2 are very short, right? And trailer number 2 shares a lot of scenes of trailer number 1. And so to avoid being repetitive, every time I see a scene that I've already reacted to in the previous video, I'll just state that and I guess I'll just skip, right? Unless that scene has anything new to add or we see it different, we see more of a scene that we saw in the previous trailer. And so I'll actually leave a tag on the top right of the video so that you guys can see my previous video or my previous trailer breakdown analysis of the first trailer. Now the other thing I wanted to mention is that if this is your first time here, then consider subscribing because I post about everything that has to do about Resident Evil every single week. And the last thing I wanted to mention right before we get started was, and this is something I've stated in my previous videos, is that, I know there's a lot of negativity surrounding this movie with the cast choices and just small details with the clothing and other stuff. I just want you guys to know that I'm not going to be nitpicking a lot of those details. I am going into this movie thinking that, that it's not going to be perfect, but hopefully it's a lot better than the Paul W.S. or Mila Jovovich movies. And we all know, right, us Resident Evil fans have been really burned badly, by watching those movies. And so I can understand why a lot of people are very negative and they're very oh, this movie's gonna suck and all of that. But I just want you guys to know that that's not my mentality going into this movie. Now, of course, when the movie does come out, I will be coming out with a review where I'm gonna be talking about it, completely honest from a Resident Evil fan's perspective. But like I said, I'm not gonna judge the movie yet until I watch it. And so I just ask that you guys just stay open, right? Stay cautiously optimistic. I think one of my viewers said that in the comments of my previous video, and I like the way he said that. That's the mentality that I'm going into this. And just so you guys know, right, if there's any newer information that comes out for Welcome to Raccoon City, and that could be in the form of an interview or another trailer, I'll actually leave a link to an updated video with newer information down in the description, and I'll also leave a link down in the comments as well. So if there isn't any new information out there, you guys can always come back to this video and you guys can see my latest information. But in any case, let's get started with the video. Alright, so the first couple of scenes, we actually see new scenes that we actually never saw in the previous trailer, and that's actually we actually see Claire and the truck driver interacting with each other. Now I think this is very funny, right? I mean, the truck driver is, one of the first guys or characters we see in, the intro cinematic of Resident Evil 2. So I think it's funny that they kind of combine these two, intros into one, right? And so this is how Claire gets into Raccoon City again. She's obviously hitchhiking with this truck driver and his dog. Yeah, and then after we just see the same thing we saw in the previous video, September 30th, 1998. But the interesting thing here is that we see that the truck driver just runs over what seems to be a zombie. So I'm assuming this is how the truck driver is going to get bitten. Of course, this is speculation on my part. We do see a shot of the dog eating some of the blood that this zombie left over. I'm assuming is a zombie or somebody that's getting recently infected with the infection, right, with the T-virus on the floor, right? I mean, that dog is just licking that blood like there's no tomorrow. And so I guess I don't know if that's the same Dobermann. I think that's the dog breed. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I don't know if that's the same Dobermann that we see later on. It probably isn't, right? There's probably several Dobermans, I mean, hopefully. But I think that's just a funny Easter egg, right, that we see how a Doberman gets infected with this virus. The next scene, we actually see just Claire looking out into the distance in the forest. I don't know what she sees. Yeah, then we see a shot of Raccoon City. Now the next scene, we actually see William Birkin talking to Sherry, right? We see her in a room. Honey, we need to go now. Now I have to say, this is quite interesting that we see William Birkin talking to his daughter. I mean, from this scene, you can obviously tell that William Birkin does care for his daughter. This is something that we actually never saw in the games. We never saw William Birkin and Sherry having an interaction prior to, the outbreak. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just trying to remember here. But yeah, that's very interesting. Next, we see another shot of RPD. And I gotta say, like I said in the previous videos, yeah, this actually looks really good. Yeah, like I said, the architecture, everything that Capcom, you can tell Capcom had a huge hand to play in this. And that's what the director stated in that IGN interview, that, that they did work with Capcom when it came to the blueprints of these Resident Evil locations. And it just shows, right? I mean, this definitely looks like a really cool, shot of the RPD. DVD. So the next scene, we actually see Chief Irons speaking with what seems to be Leon on the left, which, I don't know, it seems like it's going to be an interesting interaction, right? I'm curious to see if Chief Irons is going to fill the void of Marvin, because we haven't seen Marvin in any of the trailers, right? I mean, he was a very minute character in the events of Resident Evil 2. So yeah, I'm just curious if Chief Irons will, will kind of replace Marvin in that sense, which would be interesting to see. And then after, we see a scene of Claire, and it looks like she's going into Chris's house. I have no idea, or maybe this is later on in the movie, right? This is just speculation because, like I said, I haven't watched the movie, but I don't know if it almost looks like she's trying to break into someone's house. So I don't know if she's breaking into her brother's house. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. Oh no, I guess she just opened the door, so no. No, yeah, this looks like it's the same scene. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I don't know, the way she opened the door was kind of like a little hesitant, a little kind of like frightened, or just very alert. I guess that would be a better word. Yeah, so that was weird. I don't know, it looks like it's the same house, so I guess that's just another scene of how she went into her brother's house. Yeah, then after we see the zombies breaking in. We saw this shot in the previous trailer. Yeah, we saw this. Yeah, we see a good shot of the mansion there, which I gotta say again, like I said in the previous video, it's a very good shot. It's very cool to see the mansion, and I like how they put glass on top of the doors. Next, we see a scene of the stars heading up the stairs of the mansion, and yeah, the mansion looks absolutely, yeah, it looks great. I gotta say, I'm really excited to see this on the big screen. I can't wait. Yeah, then we see that same scene we saw in the previous trailer, where we see that iconic scene with the first encounter of a zombie. Next, we see, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know if this is still part of the mansion, and that's just a very decorated window. It almost looks like a church, like a Catholic church. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What do you think of this scene? To me personally, this looks, yeah, it looks kind of strange. I don't know where this could be in the mansion. To me, it looks like this is like a church or a Catholic church. All right, the next scene, we actually see Claire and Leon figuring out and seeing the Ashford twins, right? Seeing footage of that. I won't be reacting to that. We already, I already put my 2 cents on that. So if you guys want to know my reaction, then I'll leave a tag to that previous video. Yeah, we see another scene that we saw before of William working on the virus, it seems. And wait a second, is this the same room? Like, is Annette Birkin and Sherry in the same room as that zombie? Is that what's happening here? I don't know. This looks like this. I don't know. I don't think this is editing. I think this is the same room. Yeah, we see William Birkin, this is my life's work. I'm not giving it to anybody. There's a zombie on the table that's still alive. Yeah, and that zombie is twitching. So that's a little weird. Yeah, that William Birkin has his family and his daughter right there to see all of that. That's a little concerning to me. Now, what I can speculate from this scene right here, from this screenshot, is that it seems that Annette Birkin, this is like the first time that she's seen what William Birkin's been working on. Yeah, it almost seems as if this is the first time that she's seen a creation, right, or this virus put to use on this person or this zombie that's on the table. I mean, judging by her reaction, she does seem a little shocked, and she's holding her daughter tight, almost like she's scared, like what is this, confused, while William is talking. But yeah, I'm curious, is this going to be the same Annette that we know from the games? I don't think so. It seems to me that this Annette is going to be more of a mother figure, right? I think she is going to care about her daughter. So I think they probably changed the character a little here, rather than having Annette and William just focus on their work, and they didn't really care about Sherry. But I don't know. I'm curious. Yeah, next we see the same scenes that we've seen before. I'm not going to react to this, right, of Chief Irons fighting a dog. Now this is interesting. The next scene, we actually see Vickers. This is Chief Irons, pick up your damn radio. And we see a shot of what seems to be Vickers just chilling in the helicopter. Now, this is what's interesting, is that this scene obviously is taking place on the ground. It's not on the air. It does look like that zombie just walked over, broke the glass, and is about to bite Brad Vickers. Now, I'm curious, because we did talk about this in the previous trailer, that, the helicopter that crashes in the mansion, it does look like that's Brad's helicopter. So that's how he got killed. I don't think he's going to be killed by Nemesis. I don't even think they're going to talk, or they're going to even mention anything that has to do about Resident Evil 3. That's what I'm speculating, since we haven't seen, any real bosses aside from that creature that looked like it was William Birkin infected with the G virus. And so what I can speculate from all all of the footage that we've seen is that Brad probably gets infected on the ground, tries to escape, and then while he's escaping, he turns into a zombie, and so that's when we see the crash. But I don't know, that's just speculation. It's just a very small scene, right? But that's what I think is probably going to happen. Yeah, and then the next shot, yeah, we see the helicopter crashing. I'm assuming that's Brad's helicopter again. Like, this is all speculation. Yeah, we see scenes of the liquor shooting. Those are just scenes that we've already seen before. Now, the next scene is very curious to me because we see Albert Wesker on the floor. He looks like he's about to die. I don't know if he's, yeah, there's blood on his head. I don't know if he's, it almost seems as if he's confessing what he's done to whoever he's talking to. But yeah, it seems like right there it says Umbrella's gonna destroy this place. So it seems Albert Wesker is revealing that he took part in this whole plan or this whole conspiracy of Umbrella. So I don't know if, yeah, if this Wesker is going to be evil at the start, or if he's just gonna be a man that just, you know, got paid off, you know, and then maybe at the end when we do see Albert Wesker come back to life, is he going to then be evil? I don't know. This scene's you know, it piques my curiosity because I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, then we see, you know, different Umbrella forces going around the town. Oh, we see a cool shot here of Leon shooting an RPG inside of what seems to be a lab, or I don't know, it could be the police station. That's interesting. Again, I'm really excited to see what he's shooting at, especially indoors. The next scene, we actually see a bunch of explosions happening, and for the trailer's sake, it looks like all of that has been edited to look like it's the same explosion, you know, with Leon shooting the RPG, an explosion that's right in front of the RPD. But from all the other scenes, we can tell right away that this isn't the same explosion, since we do know that the truck driver does crash in front of RPD. We also know that, you know, Leon is indoors when he's shooting an RPG. And then we see a scene of Chris jumping. I think that's Chris. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. But of course, I'm speculating here, and I'm assuming that this might be the self-destruct explosion of the mansion. Yeah, it definitely looks like he just jumped out right at the nick of time. And then we see that same shot as before. I think that's probably William Birkin, just because of the eyes. I'm assuming that's just the G-Virus in like an earlier form. And then the trailer ends with just seeing that same zombie that we saw in the previous trailer, but we see that it connects with that same scene of Chris lighting up his lighter. All right, so that is the end of the international trailer. Now, like I stated at the beginning of the video, right, there was a lot of scenes that we've already seen before, you know, and there were certain scenes that we actually got, you know, a better look at, I guess, right? We got a little extra scenes to see, oh, okay, yeah, we can kind of assume that this is the same room. Hopefully there's another final trailer that shows up, and I'll definitely react to that on, you know, right away as soon as it comes out. That's why, like I said, I was a little hesitant to make this video because there were so many shared scenes, right? There wasn't that many new scenes that we've seen. And just like I stated in the previous videos, I am excited about watching this movie, right? I don't think it's going to be as bad as the Mila Jovovich or Paul W.S. Anderson Resident Evil movies. You know, the bar is set very low for this movie to just surpass it. And judging by the trailers, it does look like it's going to be better, right? You know, I guess we're just going to have to see in 1 month when this movie releases. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think, right? Are you guys going to go watch it, or are you guys just going to wait until, you know, you've seen the reviews and stuff like that? And as always, if you guys want to stay up to date with the latest information regarding Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, then make sure to shoot that subscribe button in the face, and remember to punch that notification bell like Chris does in RE5 so that you guys never miss a video. And I just want to say thank you so much, everybody, for watching my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
The right to be a god. That right is now mine.